What's up, coolers, and welcome back to Barca Dream Team. And today we're going to be discussing Jules Kounde's recent dip in form following bad performances against Manchester United and Valencia. We hope you'll subscribe and hit that notification bell. There's a lot to discuss in today's video, guys, so let's get started.
Now, there's absolutely no doubt about the fact that Kounde has been instrumental in Barca's defence this season. He's mostly played on the right-hand side of defence alongside Balde, Christensen and Araujo. The back have only conceded 3 goals in La Liga, and one of those was a Jules Kounde own goal. Although right back isn't his favoured position, Kounde's been putting up excellent performances, especially at the start of the season, keeping more conventional right backs like Hector Bellerin on the bench.
Now, you would think that Kounde would be really suited to playing at right back given our main possession shapes. When in possession, Barca usually set up in a 2-3-5. This is usually the 2 centre-backs at the base, the full-back slightly more advanced with Busquets in the centre, and the 2 interiors joining the front 3 in attack. But Barca have also set up in a 3-2-5 this season. Christensen, Araujo and Kounde at the base, De Jong and Busquets as the holding midfielders, and Balde joining the 2 interiors and 2 forwards in attack. So in both scenarios, the right back doesn't have too much of an offensive role. Kounde's main role is to spread the field, getting wide to the touchline, giving Araujo an easy option to beat the initial line of pressure. And he plays that role quite well. It's really similar to playing right centre-back, so Kounde has the licence to carry the ball forward and change the pace of the game.
However, there's no getting away from the fact that Kounde has been a liability in defence in recent weeks. Now, I don't want to discuss those 2 freak own goals against Betis and United. There's not really too much anyone could have done in those situations, but the Frenchman has been prone to error, often playing wayward passes and losing possession. And a clear example of that was the match against Valencia, a must-win game to maintain our 9-point cushion over Real Madrid. At 1-0, a long diagonal ball goes over the top. It should be easy to deal with, but Kounde softly nods it down to the Valencia forward, who's through on goal. Ronald Araujo made the right decision, basically winning us the game by heroically bringing down the man, putting an end to that phase of play, although it was at the expense of a red card for the Uruguayan. But the main issues for Kounde seem all the more obvious when he's on the touchline. We saw Marcus Rashford press him a lot, and Kounde can't really deal with that kind of pressure. He's been really poor at receiving and distributing on the touchline, and that's resulted in a lot of turnovers of possession. I mean, he lost possession 24 times against United in that second leg and 19 times against Valencia. And that's really damaging for us. After all, we are a team that likes to dominate matches by having a lot of the ball. And the worst part is that the fullback is usually the free man. In most scenarios, he's the best option when you're getting pressed. And if Kounde is not comfortable in those situations, then we're going to find it really difficult to switch the play. But why is Kounde having this massive dip in form?
Well, I think it's no coincidence that Kounde's worst right-back performances have come at a time when we're without Pedri and Dembele. As we know, Gavi plays the role of an interior, but he's the one who's closer to the striker, whereas Pedri plays slightly deeper on the right and he provides a reliable passing option during build-up play. But Sergi Roberto and Franck Kessié have come into the team in the absence of Pedri, and they're a lot less comfortable on the ball. They'd rather make forward runs and prefer through balls than receiving the ball to their feet. And when it comes to Dembele's injury, Rafinha has come into the team to replace him on that right flank. We all know about Dembele's brilliance in one-on-one scenarios, but Rafinha's over-reliance on cutting inside makes him predictable and easier to tackle. Now that's why when Rafinha plays, Kounde's role extends from just being a fullback to being a wing-back. He's expected to make underlapping and overlapping runs to add that element of unpredictability to Rafinha's game. And with Rafinha taking up more central positions, Kounde is expected to drift out wide and stay higher up the pitch.
So with Pedri and Dembele set to return to the team in the coming weeks, I'm sure that Kounde will be able to overcome this poor run of form. But let us know your thoughts in the comments, guys. What do you think is the reason for Kounde's poor form? So if you like this video, guys, and you want to stay up to date with Xavi's Barca Dream Team, make sure to hit that notification bell. Subscribe to BDT, and we'll see you next time. Visca Barca!